Hey everyone, it's Lisa from Dana August Nails and welcome back to my channel. I've got another Scooby-Doo villains nail art for you, so let's jump right in. I've already prepped my tips. I've gone in with Modelones base coat and 3 coats of Modelones 1323. And to top it all off, a coat of Modelones matte top coat. Make sure you're curing in between layers, guys. And I'm using Modelones 1348, which is a black, and my busted up detail brush to really get the outline of today's nail art. And I want to propose a question to you guys. What is your favorite candy? I know, had to be asked because it's Halloween. So I'm going to confess honestly with you, because you're my family, I've been eating way too many Snicker bars. And it's not my fault. Putting all the blame on my husband. Let's move on from this. So the next few slides are just me drawing the outline. So I'm going to let you guys enjoy that, and I'll be back in a little bit. I'm sure you guys have guessed it by now, but I'm gonna go ahead and confirm those suspicions for you. I am attempting to create the ghost clown, and this is a personal request from the beautiful Rochelle from Rochelle's Nail Glam. If you haven't checked out her YouTube channel, you definitely should. I am subscribed, and I'm gonna give you that beautiful piece of advice for you to go ahead and follow. Go subscribe, show my girls some love. So I'm gonna issue the same challenge as I did in the last video when we were doing the Phantom Shadow. If you haven't watched it, here is that video and what it looks like. Be sure to check it out, but I'm gonna issue the same challenge. Check your timestamp. At what time during the drawing of the outline were you really like, yeah, that looks like the ghost clown? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I was about 5 or 6 minutes in before I was like, okay, yeah, you're kind of doing this. And to be honest with you guys, this is my second attempt. The first one, I erased it, and then I was like, wait, I hope I still have that footage, and then I didn't, and I was like, dang, be honest with the people and put that out there at least. But I'm telling you, I don't have the footage, but at least you know, didn't get it right the first time around. And I also want to let you guys know that as I'm drawing the outline, I have not cured one single piece. And I know, right? That's like the rule of thumb. But my thing about it is, if I'm drawing the next part and it's sort of, not proportioned with the first, and the second part is actually way better and I just need to slightly adjust the first part, I don't want to have already cured it and then committed to the way that first portion or that first part looked, and it doesn't work well with the second. So I just keep the entire thing wet and I just do what I gotta do. So here I am going in with a cleanup brush, as you guys saw, just getting rid of any mistakes. And this is why you should get a full picture of everything, because the picture that I had was just half of the clown and I almost forgot to put his buttons in there, so I did it. There you go. And then I cure this for 30 seconds before adding color. Okay guys, so I'm coming in here. As you can see, my palette has a bunch of different shades of red because the ghost clown is pretty much red, black, and blue. And you can lose the details if you just have like the one red and you don't try to create dimensions, because it could just end up being all red. So I mixed up a bunch of different shades according to what I saw. So right here, I've got Modelones cream color number 3, which is a red. And I mixed it in with 1343 and just a touch of black to create a darker color. And as you can see, it's getting darker, and the reason for that is because I wasn't okay with how it wasn't as dark as I wanted it to be, the color. So I added in just a little bit more black to that mix, and then I just decided to go over it. Now the first layer, I had never cured it, so I'm just sort of swirling around that first layer with that second layer. By the end of it, I get a beautiful color that I'm happy with, and then because I've mixed pretty much all of my colors in with Model 1's cream, it changes the cure time to my usual 30 seconds, from my usual 30 seconds to now 60 seconds, just so that it doesn't bleed when I decide to top coat it. And so now we're coming in with the nose, and the nose, I actually decided to mix the Model 1's, sorry, not Model 1's, but yeah, Model 1's 1343 red with a bit of Model 1's cream number 2, which is a white, just to create like a creamier, more corally red for the nose. And whatever color I've mixed for the nose and I've mixed for the collar and whatever else, I actually go in and add either black or a bit of white to create dimensions in those specific parts that I painted. So it's a little tip. Now the hair, I want to be honest, that was mostly color number 1343. I didn't mix anything in it actually. That's all that is, because I wanted the hair to be as light as it possibly could, and his hair is actually really that light any which way, so that even if I added the slightest amount of shading, that it would give the hair some definition. And I'm using my Beauty Galleria brush. Comes in like a pack of 15. I'm using this brush, and it's a bigger brush. You know, you worry about getting into those cracks. The only thing that I will say is that when you've got like a sort of triangle corner, I would like paint down going up so that I can swoop the paint into that corner as opposed to swooping the paint out of that corner. Like swoop it in as opposed to adding it in. You just kind of have to watch the strokes that I do with my hand to sort of figure out what the heck is Lisa talking about. But yeah. So here I'm coming in with the mouth, and the mouth is like more of like an orangey red, but definitely no way near as bright as 1343, which is what I solely added to the hair, but not as light as the color I used on the nose. So on the bottom of his lip, like just a bit of shadowing, it actually turns from being red to real orange. So what I did was I didn't want it to be so heavy, the contrast between the red that I had put down for the top part of his mouth to the bottom part of his chin, like red to orange. So what I did is that I focused on like concentrated amounts of it where it would stay red, and right where the base of his chin is supposed to be, where it would be orange, I actually just really scraped that polish on there. I was like, okay, very, very thin, the thinnest layer, like be able to see a little bit of the white underneath where his chin is going to be orange. Then I cured that. And then I went in with my orange mixture, which included a color from the Missy Gel Polish series that you guys know I love, and that is Calendula number 4. And that's how I did the orange, just to let you know that shading, dimension, it can be applied differently. It's not always about adding a color on top of a color. Sometimes you can just do it that way, which is something I learned while I was doing this. And again, I'm adding just a different shade of red to what would be considered just, you know, the real body of his entire suit, because the collar is the collar, and then the rest of the suit is pretty much this color red, and I'm applying this to the buttons as well. And everything, guys, has been cured, flash cured for at least 30 seconds, and then I do a full cure of 60. But if you think about how many times I put these to cure in the lamp, like every part, each part gets cured like, I don't even know, like maybe like a full 10 minutes, or you know, you just can't really account for how many times you popped it into the lamp. So everything is super cooked by the end of it all. And now I'm coming in with Model 1's 1348 mixed in with Model 1's cream number 1. My rule of thumb is always, I don't want it too runny because it's a gel polish, and I don't want it too thick because it's a gel cream, so I always mix my colors in. Lucky for me, I'm in possession of Model 1's gel polishes and other gel polishes, as well as Model 1 solid creams, to just create the kind of texture of paint, gel paint, that I'm looking for. So super grateful for that. And this is going to be the color of his hat, as well as the contrasting color, like the second color in his whole suit. What I like about putting down an outline of gel polish is that it actually acts as a barrier for like none of the polish to just seep out. Let's just say you were actually just using straight up gel polish and you know how that runs. If you do enough of a barrier, you do enough of a job of an outline, you'll have a bit of a barrier between color to color so they don't like bleed into each other. It's just a little something that I've noticed, but not my gel polish paints aren't moving, you know, according to how I've mixed them, as you can see. And there's black in his eyes, and as you noticed, guys, I went in from red to black. I like to think that going in from the lightest color to dark would be great. That's what I think. But you'll notice that I apply a color that's even lighter than the red on for the face, and just for as much as you can remember, just work from light to dark when you're with your colors, especially if you intend to use the same brush and having to keep cleaning it and so forth. This is one creepy looking dude, not gonna lie. Fun fact about the ghost clown is that he uses hypnotism. Yeah, go figure. So here I'm coming in with a mix of Born Pretty, which is a new brand that you guys get to hear about. Born Pretty, this is called Blue Wind, and I've mixed it in with Modelones cream color number 2, which is a white, to get that consistency. And this is his face. This is the color of his face. Creepy, weird looking blue. So all of the colors I used for every individual part, I saved them, and so I just mix them in with black or mix them in with white to create, like I said, dimensions. So there's a bit of shine on this big nose, and I've created it with a little bit of white added to the original color I used for his nose. When it comes to the shading of his face, I actually decided to divert from Born Pretty's Blue Wind to go to Lavender Violet's color number 13 to create the shading. So yeah. Oh, and I also switched detail brushes. So this like rainbowy metallic-y set that you guys see me using all the time, local nail supply store. I mean, you can find brushes like this anywhere, right? Yeah, you can. Apologies for the plane that is flying over my house right now, if you can hear it. I happen to live very close to the airport, should I need to plan my escape. I'm just kidding. No, but I do live close to the airport. So now I'm coming in with I think I want to say like a light mixture of what I used on the collar to create a little bit of definition in the hair. And that's all it is. Little bit of detail work, you know, on these buttons. So I'm just gonna let you guys watch all the detail work, and just again remember my tip: add a little bit of black, add a little bit of white to whatever color you used originally on the part that you're creating dimension on, and boom, you'll have enough paint to shade. So I'll let you guys watch. I will be right back. You guys, remember I said I was going to be back? Well, I am back. I'm back because my husband is playing a very dangerous game right now, being in the kitchen, messing about with some pots and pans while I'm trying to record a voiceover, because I'm sitting in the living room. But he already knows if he makes a sound, that's it. I'm on him like white on rice. It's about to go down. Fight in the kitchen. Probably not, because I will lose. But this dude playing a dangerous game right now. So anyway, I'm coming in with those menacing pupils, and they are yellow. So I used Missy Yellow Series number 6 for those menacing eyes, and that's just straight up gel polish, no cream added at all. And now I'm taking a even thicker mixture, because this is Modelones 1348, but I turned around and added just a bit more of the solid cream color number 1, which is actually called, yes, it's called Drunk Black. I'm gonna get better at knowing all the names of these. Well, anyway, what I'm doing is adding I'm outlining a little bit more, way better than I did before. Hiding any mistakes, hiding any like weird bleeding or whatever. And there wasn't any, to be completely honest, but I'm gonna let you guys enjoy me outlining while I stare my husband down with like daggers, because he might be making noise. Once all of the outlining is done, I pop it in the lamp and cure it for a full 60 seconds. And now I'm coming in with Model 1's top coat. Why did I have a brain fart? Yes, I did. So guys, this is the shadow, not the shadow clown. No, this is the ghost clown. What am I even saying right now? Any which way, it's top coating time, which means that I have to say very farewell. Notice that I use a shiny top coat because I enjoy the contrast of shiny nail art on top of a matte surface. So I want to remind you, if you haven't already, to please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Look forward to the product list below. I'm going to do my best to leave that stuff for you. There is a video of the finished product and a picture as well. Thank you so much for watching and supporting this series. I love you so much and promise to see you in the next one. Bye.